that every American can live in safety and peace. And yet, with all that you see, we've had one of the best years of crime prevention that we've ever had. Wouldn't seem that way, but it is one of the best years because those gentlemen that we just saw, law enforcement, they do a great job. And you've been reading about this a lot lately. We are working very hard to make sure we keep guns out of the hands of insane people and those who are mentally sick and shouldn't have guns. But people have to remember, however, that there is a mental illness problem that has to be dealt with. It's not the gun that pulls the trigger, it's the person holding the gun. Years ago, many cities and states, I remember it so well, closed mental institutions for budgetary reasons. They let those people out onto the street. You probably have your examples up here. I can tell you in New York, they closed so many of them, and they let really seriously mentally ill people out on the streets. And you see plenty of them today, even today. We're going to have to give major consideration to building new facilities for those in need. We have to do it. And at the same time, we will be taking mentally deranged and dangerous people off of the streets so we won't have to worry so much about that. A big problem. We don't have those institutions anymore, and people can't get proper care. They're seriously ill people, and they're on the streets. We can't make it harder for good, solid, law-abiding citizens to protect themselves. We will always uphold the right to self-defense, and we will always uphold the Second Amendment. We will. So important. One of the most powerful promises I made to the people of this state was to confront the opioid and drug epidemic. I used to go around New Hampshire more than any state, and you'd say, "Sir, the state is infested." You said, "Sir, we're like a drug den." You tell me. And I didn't really see it. And then I met with the police officers and fire departments and all the people that do, and you just seem to have a bigger problem. And by the way, the wall is being built. That's going to stop a lot of it. The wall's being built. It's being built, you know. We have the fake news, you know about that, where a wall that's lying on the ground in a very important section. So we pick up the wall, it's in pieces. I mean, literally, it's gone. And we build a brand new 30-foot steel and concrete wall. And the fake media said, he didn't build a wall, that's just renovation. There was no wall. It's lying on the ground. People walk right over it. It's rotted, rusted, gone. We take it away. We put a brand new wall up. They give me no credit. You know why? Because they're fake news. That's why. We're building a lot of wall. The Army Corps of Engineers is doing a great job. They're doing a great job. Since I took office, we've attacked the challenge with everything we have. We have secured a record $6 billion in new funding, opioid. We vastly increased the distribution of overdose-reversing drugs, which are pretty amazing things. We've given them to your police department, your fire department, pretty amazing. We have reduced the total amount of opioids prescribed by 34%. And the Department of Justice has prosecuted more than 3,000 defendants in opioids-related cases. And our public awareness campaign about the terrible suffering that drugs inflict has already reached 58% of all young Americans. I said that you have to show them. We're doing ads, beautiful ads, shows them, and you've seen them. I don't even want to describe them. They're brutal. But we're doing ads on television and papers about how bad it is for children so they can see it. Because the greatest thing we can do is not get people started on drugs, right? Not get them started. It's hard to get off. You know, we can get them off, and we're doing it, and it's been done, but it's hard to get off. If they never start, it's real easy. It's real easy. So we're trying to get young kids. You won't see the fruits of this labor for a little while because it takes a while, but we are working so hard on advertising and promotions to tell young kids, children, how bad drugs are, how dangerous they are, how horrible they are, how they destroy your brain, how they do so many bad things. And they're really very tough ads. They're hard-hitting ads, and I think they're having a big impact. You'll see. Over time, you'll see. But we still have much work to do. But as a result of these efforts, last year we saw the first nationwide decline in drug overdose deaths in 31 years. It's pretty amazing. And at the center of America's drug crisis is the border crisis. Vast quantities of deadly narcotics are being smuggled across the border, including meth, cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. And as part of my trade deal with China, it's been very important. And President Xi said he's going to do it. So far, he has not done it. But I said, you have to stop sending us fentanyl. Have to. And you have to criminalize in China the making of fentanyl. And so far, he has not come through, but I think he will. You'll know. You'll know. Yet Democrats want to open borders, and Republicans want strong borders. That's your difference. One wants open borders. Who can even think of an open border? Think of it. Even though many people that come into our country are wonderful people, they're still coming in illegally. They're not coming in through merit. But what about the bad ones? We have serious, serious criminals that want to come in. And if we had open borders, they would be flowing in like you've never seen before. Democrats want open borders. They don't mind crime. We do mind crime. And that's the way it is. Democrats also support deadly sanctuary cities. Last year alone, sanctuary cities declined. More than 17,000 requests from federal authorities to hand over criminal aliens already in their custody. In other words, 17,000 criminal aliens were released by these cities directly into U.S. communities. You don't understand even what the hell are they doing? What are they doing? 17,000. Republicans believe our cities should be sanctuaries for law-abiding Americans, not for criminal aliens. And we will always support the amazing heroes of ICE and Border Patrol, and we will always support law enforcement. Every Democrat candidate also wants to give illegal immigrants free welfare. Republicans believe public benefits should be protected for truly needy Americans, not for illegal aliens, and we should reduce our taxes and many other things with all of that money that we're talking about. We need to elect a strong Republican majority to end sanctuary cities, stop human traffickers, stop drug smugglers, and adopt an immigration system that puts the needs of American workers and families first. It's also time for Democrats to join with us to protect the sacred integrity of our elections by supporting voter ID, voter identification. It's incredible. They're constantly saying, oh, we need to protect our... They're not looking for that. They're not looking for that. We say, what about voter ID? In other words, you have a picture, you have to go up. What about voter ID? That they don't want to do. But we need voter ID. The Democrat Party has never been farther outside the mainstream. Where do they come from? You know, you say you want low taxes, good education, strong military, strong borders. You want to have safe homes. You want a house. You want low interest rates. You got low interest rates, the lowest ever. Got low interest. Good time to refinance your house, by the way. Great time. You got everything. And then you see these people. They're against. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what they're against. Every major Democrat running for president supports a massive government takeover of health care that would raid Medicare and destroy the private health insurance plans of millions of American families that they love. My administration is defending your right to choose the plan and the doctor that is best for you. The individual mandate is gone, the most unpopular part of Obamacare. And we almost have Obamacare gone. We're close. We would have had it before, but we had a vote that was a little bit surprising. I'm sure none of you knew who that vote was. We had it done, repeal and replace. But it's going to happen, and I think it's going to actually be, in the end, actually better. You watch. So we got rid of the individual mandate, which was the most unpopular part of Obamacare, and we're running it better. You know, I had a political decision. Do I make it great? Alex Azar, our secretary. Do we run it well and sort of say, hey, we run it well? Or do we run it badly and have everybody upset? We said we got to run it well, but it's still much too expensive. It's lousy health care. But we got rid of the worst part of it, individual mandate. Individual mandate, where you have the privilege of buying the right not to have to pay for expensive insurance that's no good, health insurance. And we will, and you got to remember this, Republicans, and I speak for every one of them, we will always protect pre-existing conditions. We're going to protect, always. Right? Got to do it. Our ambitious campaign to reduce the price of prescription drugs has produced the largest decline in drug prices in 51 years. and the only decline in 51 years. We have launched a historic initiative to require price transparency, empowering you to choose the lowest price for yourself and for your family. Believe it or not, you didn't have the right to go in and price your drugs. Who could even believe this? I wonder if Big Pharma had something to do with that. So we're going to have transparency. Virtually every top Democrat also now supports late-term abortion, ripping babies straight from the mother's womb, right up until the moment of birth. And in the case of the Virginia governor, he's having a rough time. In his case, the baby is born. And then he goes to talk to the mother. The doctor talks to the mother. The baby is now born, wrapped, as he said. And then they decide whether or not to execute the baby. Who would believe that? That is why I've asked Congress to prohibit extreme late-term abortion, because Republicans believe that every child is a sacred gift of God. Hard to believe, isn't it? Democrats are now the party of high taxes, high crime, open borders, late-term abortion, and socialism. The Republican Party is the party of freedom. We are the party of the American worker, the American family, and the American dream, and I'm fighting for you each and every day. So importantly, we have confirmed more than 140 federal judges. Within 90 days, it will be 179 federal judges. Thank you very much, President Obama. Thank you very much. I don't know what happened to them, but I came to office and I had 138 judges that were not appointed by President Obama. So I say, thank you, Mr. President, very good. And they'll say, he was a great president. Oh, the fake news, he was a great president. If he was a great president, how come he left me 138 judges to appoint when everybody says that's the single most important thing a president of the United States has to do? Great president. He was great. He was a great president. And these judges will apply the laws written, including we appointed 2 great Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. And to help patients with life-threatening illnesses, we also passed something I'm so proud of. 44 years they couldn't get it passed. Right to try. You can use our newest, our best medicines. Incredible what's happening. I'm so proud of that. And this from forever, 5 decades, we passed for our great veterans VA choice and VA accountability. And one of our great friends who's a veteran who's been with me in New Hampshire. I don't know where you are. Where's our guy? Where is he? So Al. So I walk in, I said hello. He's been with me from the beginning. He liked Trump. And I came in, he said, sir, he's a great veteran. He said, sir, I have cancer. And sir, I went into the vet. They were very, very late. They had problems. I'm not blaming them. But they gave me the right to go out and get a great cancer surgeon. He had his operation. You look much better than you did 3 years ago, Al. Much better. Much better. VA choice, right, Al? VA choice. Great story. Thank you very much. And thank you for your loyalty. He's been to every rally I ever gave in New Hampshire, right from the beginning. I got so tired of looking at him, he'd always be here. Now look at him, now he's sitting in, very good, that's good. But I appreciate that story. I appreciate, a VA choice just makes sense, right? Doesn't it make sense? We've achieved record funding for the United States military, $716 billion, $700 billion, and $738 billion, and it's almost completely rebuilt, including, and we hope to God we never have to use it, we have the finest, most powerful nuclear capability anywhere on the face of the earth. And I hope to God we never have to use it. We're investing in the future of human spaceflight, and someday soon American astronauts will plant the stars and stripes on the surface of Mars. And I told my guys at NASA, you know, NASA, when we took it over, it was exhausted. The runways and the grounds had all weeds growing through the cracks in the concrete. You wouldn't recognize it now. It's beautiful. It's the best place anywhere on Earth. And I also said, though, you know, I hear all these rich guys, for some reason they love space. So they're rich. I said, let them send the rockets up. What the hell do we have to do it, right? So I see Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. They're putting rockets up. I think it's great. And they pay us rent. They use our facility. That's good. But we're also doing it. And NASA has some of the greatest plans we've ever had. These are great people, great scientists. But we also let the private sector put up rockets. The one which recently went up, and you see the engines coming back down, and they're coming. There's no wings, no nothing. It's almost like, what are we watching? Is this fiction? And they come down, and they save all of the propellants, all of the really the most expensive parts. They're able to save it by bringing it back right to where it took off. Who would think they could do this? I never saw this before 6 months ago, but they're doing it now more and more. They're saving a lot of the most important and expensive parts of rockets. So we have a lot of rich guys paying us a lot of rent, but we're also doing it ourselves. To protect America's security, I withdrew the United States from the horrible one-sided Iran nuclear deal. I recognized Israel's true capital and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. And just 3 months ago, we also recognized the Golan Heights as being a part of and protected by Israel. For years, you watched as your politicians apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America, and we are standing up for the people of New Hampshire. Thank you. And you must never forget the 2020 election right around the corner. 2020 right around the corner. And it's about one thing. You know what the one thing is? You. It's about you. It's about your family. It's about your future. And it's about the fate of your country. So when we ran together last time, we said, the most important election. We had to turn it around. This country was going bad. You see what happened to Venezuela with socialism. Venezuela 15 years ago was one of the richest countries. Now they don't have water, they don't have food, they don't have anything. And this was one of the richest nations in the world. They don't have anything. We're working on it. We're helping people, but it's very sad. It's never going to happen to us because we will never, ever be a socialist nation. Ever. No matter what label they use, a vote for any Democrat in 2020 is a vote for the rise of radical socialism and the destruction of the American dream. We have a dream. It's a great dream. This is the destruction of the American dream. We begin this campaign tonight with the best record, the best results, the best agenda, and the only positive vision for the people of New Hampshire and for the people of America. Together, we will lift millions more citizens from welfare to work, dependence to independence, and poverty to prosperity. Millions and millions of people. With your help, we will elect a Republican Congress to create a safe, modern, fair, and lawful system of immigration. We will enact trade deals that are already happening that ensure more products are proudly stamped with that beautiful phrase, made in the USA. We will achieve new breakthroughs in science and medicine, ending the AIDS epidemic in America and finding new cures for childhood cancer. And something I never thought I'd be able to say, within one decade, the AIDS epidemic in the United States will be gone. Think of that. Did you ever think you were going to hear that? No, did you ever think you were going to hear that? The work they've done on AIDS is incredible. It's an incredible thing. When they told me that, it's just shattering. It breaks your heart what's happened. But think of it, in 10 years, the AIDS epidemic will be eradicated. So great. Who thought that was going to be happening? Who thought I'd be able to get to say that so early in what we're doing together? We will defend privacy, free speech, free assembly, religious liberty, and the right to keep and bear arms. Above all, we will never stop fighting for the values that bind us together as one America. We will support, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. We will stand with the incredible men and women of law enforcement. We believe in the dignity of work and in the sanctity of life. We believe that faith and family, not government and bureaucracy, are the true American way. We believe that children should be taught to love our country, honor our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And through every day and every challenge, our hearts beat to the words of the New Hampshire state motto, live free or die. We are fighting for every American mom and dad who wants to protect this land of liberty, for their precious, beautiful children. We are fighting for every young boy and girl who deserves to grow up in a nation of builders and dreamers, pioneers and patriots. And we are fighting for every citizen of the greatest republic on the face of this earth. Every day, my presidency, we will never forget that we are Americans and the future belongs to us, the brave, this beautiful, strong, proud, and free future. It belongs to us. It's up to us. We control our own destiny. And with your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one great movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together we are making America wealthy again. We are making America strong again. We are making America safe again. And we are making America great again. Thank you, New Hampshire. Thank you.